Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Week 3, Season 9. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and I'm joined by Wookie with 1. How are you today, Wookie?
I'm doing great, NightFiree. How are you doing?
I am excellent. I'm looking forward to this interesting battle that we have on our hands today. Killetos versus VRML. You know, a gold versus silver tier matchup should be pretty exciting, especially with how the league has been forming around with these mid ranks proving to be pretty dang competitive. I mean, I don't know what to expect. What are you anticipating today, Wookie?
I honestly was reviewing these stats, and I don't know what to expect. I mean, VRML, like you said, is a gold tiered team. They're really good. We played them not too long ago, and they put up a great fight. And the Killetos, you know, are just killing it this season. They're currently 3-1 off of a 2-game win streak. So, I mean, they're doing great.
Yeah, they are working towards that 3-game hat trick, dare we say it?
Yeah, I mean, can they pull off the hat trick? Right? I mean, VRML is... I was reviewing both teams' most played maps, and, you know, they both have a most played map of Bazaar. So, I mean, I wonder what map they're going to pick. Although I will say that, you know, VRML has a 62% win rate on Bazaar, or sorry, 39% win rate, but they've played it more than twice the amount of times than Killetos. So if they do play Bazaar, I kind of expect VRML to maybe come out on top, but man, I don't know. Killetos have been on fire lately.
Yeah, and I mean, truth be told, I haven't really had a lot of eyes on the Killetos through their history on the league. I've always popped in for a game or two, but this is probably the best I think they've looked, at least at the start of a season, since their debut into the VRML.
I would have to agree with that. I mean, they've never looked better coming off the season beginning here.
I mean, we can talk about rosters with this team too, right? Because the Killetos have certainly shooken up their roster over the course of the season.
100%.
Coming from the Killetos, we have Control Flirt Delete, a fellow caster for this season. Matadors, Nick G, Olivio Fenorum, the Pink Stingray, Tiagra, and Turbo. I think there's 2 or 3 new players on that roster. If I could be wrong on that.
No, you're right. There are some new players on this team. And by the way, I think it's pronounced Phenoram.
Phenoram, thank you.
I could be mistaken, though. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But Turbo, he came
Turbo,
from Riot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he came from Riot. And, I mean, wasn't there one more?
Nick G.
Nick G, yes. He was on Space Force. That's right.
Correct.
So they've been meshing really well, these new guys, with Killetos, and they've been pulling off some fantastic games.
Yeah. And you know, we've seen the influence of a new players on the squads just from Animal House. Getting this Mob Squad pair into their team roster seems to really have helped bolster their lineup, and they're looking very good this season as well. So certainly looking forward to the matchup today. Over on VRML for their roster today, we do have TFH, fellow caster, War Within, Bald Headed, Evolution, Get You to View, Crimson Catalyst, TNT Bomb, and Mobster. I mean, that's a strong lineup. A team that's been battling it out since Season 5. And I don't think they've had that much of roster changes since then. A few ins and outs in their ex-members,
Sure.
But I think TFH is one of the newer ones to that roster, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was on Riot as well. The Riot squad here actually going up against each other. Or fellow Riot players, rather.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure there'll be an interesting dynamic between the two teams.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll like recognize each other on the battlefield and talk to each other a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking of the battlefield, I think we should dive into our pick bans on the day. Coming in from the Killetos, we have a ban of Suburbia. And coming in from VRML, we have a ban on Turbine. What do you think of those bans?
You know, I can't say I'm surprised by either of those bans. I mean, we mentioned earlier that Bazaar is the most played map for both of these teams. Would you know that the next most played map for both of these teams is Suburbia?
Wow.
But that 62% win rate I mentioned earlier is on Suburbia for Fury. So they're clearly, you know, dangerous on that map, and I'm not surprised by it. And in Turbine, you know, there's some controversy about the map, right? I mean, there's some, you know, visual issues like shadows improperly rendered and whatnot, so that upsets some of the players. And then you also have the fact that it's just a very demanding map to play on. So if you don't have a very strong PC, it can be a little bit of a challenge to shoot people and whatnot.
Realized I forgot to update the title on the stream today. This is not a. We gotta make sure that is up to date. Do apologize. That's on my fault. But for the map on the day, you mentioned it. It is going to be Bazaar, and you want to talk about you know, the win-loss ratios on that one.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Bazaar is, you know, one of my favorite map personally.
Oh yeah, I love watching it.
Yeah, and it's got everything, right? Long range, short range, mid range. It's got everything. But, you know, for the Killetos, they've only played it 12 times for a 42% win rate.
Okay.
And, you know, that's not too bad, but, you know, Fury's only played it 36 times. Only, I should say, right? But they only have a 39% win rate. It's very close. They're pretty even in terms of percentages. They're just off by 3%.
We've had some really great Bazaar series just this season already. And I think this one could be pretty dang exciting. I'm kind of interested to see what we get, because I do anticipate the Killetos to be looking for some caps. I think their motto this season is, if you don't cap, you suck. You can see the Pink
Yes,
Stingray in chat chanting that, and I think it's even on their profile on the site. So I mean, maybe that's tipping your hat too much to the other team, you know, showing your hand a little bit too much. But you know, if that's going to be a factor or not, we'll see. Obviously, every team really is trying to cap, right?
Right, but I mean, that is a fair assessment, right? Like, if you know that Killetos will do anything to cap, then it does put a damper on your tactics, especially at that higher tier gameplay level.
You know, I do anticipate Fury at least to be ready for some sort of sneak cap attempts. You know, if they're not checking objective every once in a while, or if they don't have somebody with line of sight on that OBJ, I think it's going to be a real risk to their defense. They will be going on offense first, as this is their map choice since they are home. So I guess we'll see how they push to kick it off. But
yeah, I mean, I would like to point out they're playing with both of their new members, so I can't wait to see their strategies here going into Bazaar.
Yeah,
it'll be really interesting.
Yeah, for the active rosters over on Fury, we have TFH, TNT Bomb, Mobstar, Get You to View, and Evolution. And over on the Killetos, we have Tiagra. Say that again, Wookie.
Phenoram?
Phenoram, Olivio, Matadors, Matt Outdoors, and Turbo D16.
I wonder what that D stands for.
Yeah, right.
It's got to be Diesel, right?
Yeah, it does look like Turbo. I'm sure that 16 is trying to make it look like, trying to, you know, do some sort of elite speak for Diesel, and I'm not cool enough to know.
Neither am I. I can't decipher what he's doing.
Get You to View is about as far as I go on translating that stuff. Okay, and that's tough. I will say G4 today. I'm sure of it.
I thought it was GT for you to view. Like, he's got some kind of car.
That's what I thought too, and maybe it is.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the authority here.
You could be right. You know what? I think we've had this I've had this discussion before too, so I apologize.
GT, can you let us know, please? Just drop me a DM.
Someone will say it in chat.
True.
Worst casters ever. Don't even know.
Right. It's coming.
We just have to wait for the punishment. Both teams in lobby. Both teams ready for action. The countdown timer has begun, and we are going to hop in to round number 1 on map 1 in this series today.
Matt sounding very confident right off the cusp here. It's always fun to play defense first, right?
Yeah, you can, especially to kind of get things loose. You know, it's just not as much active pressure, right? You kind of just get to sit down, relax, get your defensive position up, and try and find these early picks. Mad Outdoors is getting pretty aggressive here. He may run into some early Fury members on the north side.
You know, taking control of that upper keyot is so important on this objective if you want to be extended as a defender. I'm actually not surprised at all that Matt decided to go for it.
Yeah, he has full control of that north wall. If he peeks out here, decent cover there as well, as long as he doesn't get too aggressive and pop his body outside of that door frame. Then he can always take a gander down left. He can hear for footsteps inside Kayat. It is a very versatile position. I think he hears these footsteps right now.
I was just about to say, I think he hears Mobstar. Mobstar checking his tablet because I think he heard Matt.
Yeah, he's looking up at that doorway too.
Yeah, I think Matt's going to try and just quickly peek out that window.
Turn our lasers on for this.
Oh, good call. Forgot to turn that on. Yeah, Matt definitely hears him. Meanwhile, I wonder what's going on over here with TFH.
Yeah, this is going to be a slow burn here on this wall, I'm sure.
Yeah. You know,
this whole Fury, I think this first round is going to be a slow burn here. They're going to probably try and slowly take control of the mini bazaar. Once they have that, I'm sure we're going to start to see some smokes and some moves, but they are definitely, it's going to be a bit because they also still have one way on that far east side there covering that long north lane.
I wonder what the strategy here is with Mad Outdoors. I think he's just waiting for everybody to just walk right by him, and then as soon as the action starts popping off, he's going to go and flank them.
Mobster is pretty far past him already. We have smokes coming in from TFH here, and Evolution are inside kill room. They got to be careful here. Olivio does have a pretty quick position right around the corner.
Matt is certainly hunting Mobstar, but he hears the bomb coming up behind him now. Oh yeah, he's hunting the bomb now. TNT bomb.
That was a bit of action across the field. Nice shots from Matt. Get himself a pickup. In the meanwhile, Olivio's looking for the frag on the Todd.
I'm concerned because Mobstar doesn't even seem to care. Doesn't even notice. He must think it's a teammate. He has no idea that his
yeah, we're watching Todd and Olivia right now because they are close to action.
Turbo just really making sure he was dead. Evolution, though, he picks up Tiagra. So, Olivia.
Yeah, there's finally that pickup we were waiting for.
Yeah. Took a little while.
Yeah, it did.
Evo's going for an interesting flank now that he knows that, hey, I just killed that one guy. I'm going to just go for it in the mini market. He's going to go for that long flank around. It might pay off, but I don't think so because somebody's over there watching it still. Who is that? Phenoram.
Both Fury players got a long way to go. Still one way over on the north wall as well. 2 minutes left on the clock. Killetos looking like they're going to grab their first defensive round and a bit of an early lead. You can keep this up, just trade Volk rounds and end up taking map 1.
Still just a little too early to tell who will pick this up, but, you know, it's definitely in the Killetos' favor. That's for sure. But, hey, the right flank, and you can take out 2 guys. And assuming that... Ooh, shots missed.
Both players there get you to view on the crossing, not hitting on the corner. Fortunately enough, he wasn't tagged, and so he's safe in Kayat for now, but going through this mini bazaar is not going to be an easy task with Matt positioned inside that corner and Olivio as well.
Matt listening for him. He hears him.
Oh, the shots miss through the door and get you to view.
Wow.
Picks him up.
GT's breathing a little bit more calmly now that he knows he took out Matt, but he sees Turbo.
Wow, the headshot through the window. Another good pickup, and I'm eating my words as we're into a 2v2, and Evolution's trying to cap. He picks up Phenorama on the objective, pads out. He's not going to get pushed here. Fury may get 2 points with 30 seconds left.
Oh, no. Olivia's not crashing fast enough. Oh, there he goes. He's coming in now.
How is Evo not punched in the code yet?
And there it is.
Almost to answer me, he says, I'm trying. Finally gets it punched in. And what an insane comeback there. I really cursed. That's my fault for... I've been warning you, the new casters, about the cursing, and here I am. Really laying one thick on the Killetos. Fury coming in with a cap in round 1 in that 4v2.
That was very impressive. Here we were expecting a defender win by the Killetos, and they got capped on. You know, and they're the ones who cap.
Yeah.
Okay? They're the ones who come capping.
This is what we were anticipating from them on their offensive round, not necessarily from Fury to kick things off, but wow, what a interesting start.
To say the least, yes. I mean, I think we all expected a cap coming out of Killetos, so this is quite the upset already, you know?
Yeah.
Even though it's just 2-0.
Now we are taking that full minute and a half. Killetos, I'm sure, trying to plan out some sort of offensive strategy to fight back against this rough start they have had. Round number 2 going to begin now, and Killetos are going to get that far south spot.
You ever get on the roof yet?
This is interesting to hear. Fury still hashing out defensive positions with some of their newer players on the team.
Oh, I should have gone and looked at who the new pickups were.
I mean, maybe they were just asking where they're comfortable at and trying to string something together, make sure they're not overlapping on defensive positioning, but either way.
It could have been... They maybe are trying out some new strats,
right.
And they just want to confirm
I'm thinking
their position.
Oh my gosh, the laser from Turbo just missing Evo as he rotates out a little bit from that doorway, and he hears the shield movement from Phenorama.
He calls it out too. Pheno in a pretty tight location.
Yeah. Yeah, he is threading the needle, so to speak. Matt Outdoors found a pick in that hallway, and a good start for the Killetos. They're in a really nice position. Olivio's hand placing smokes to guarantee that they block the vision of this Fury defense, and honestly, the Fury defense is not positioned well for this push.
I was about to say that. I mean, none of them have clear view of the road.
They may be able to answer back on a cap. Nobody is even looking over here at this objective area. If Olivio can somehow get inside in the chaos.
Bomb is really the only guy here, and he just got smoked out. Olivia goes down, though.
Yeah,
he was capping.
Mob just caught him out the window. TFH also rotating around here. Now Killetos down into a 3v4. Up from Turbo onto Todd from across the wall. Phenoram trying to push in with the field. I think he has a rifle now.
He's gonna get up. There they go. They're reviving TFH right now.
Wow, and I don't know how Turbo didn't land all those shots through the wood onto any of those targets. I think maybe the little pile of bricks saving some lives there, but a nice attempt does get Killetos down into a 2v4. Seen teams come back from it before. Monster gets picked up, and it's just like that into a 3v2.
I do have some thoughts on the bullet pen in this game.
Do you?
Just needs to be a tad bit more realistic. Poor Turbo, you know, you shoot someone not realizing that there's so many objects in between you and them. Oh, GT finds Fino, but he's only downed.
I took out bomb too in a way.
I wonder if they're going to get a revive off in time. Oh, TFH hears him.
Double tap that shield.
Yep.
Thanks.
Call outs from Get You to View to Todd. Pick that up. Todd going to pick up the shield now as well, and Tiagra is essentially all alone up against Todd with the shield. Shots coming in from the site. Not able to hone in onto any limbs, and he's concerned also about the other defenders.
What a mad lad, picking up that shield with a
Yeah.
full AR in his hand.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's two. Turbo with the callouts here, identifying right where Todd is with the shield.
And Tiagra with more than enough bullets to go around, you know?
Coming in from Get You to View, not quite far enough. He almost has an angle, and he has given away his position here. If he had just held it a touch longer, he might have been able to find Tiagra.
His callouts, though, are pretty clutch. So is the fact that Tiagra has an M249. I mean,
Yeah.
if it was any other weapon, it would be like pretty bad odds, but this definitely helps.
How much ammo he has, how many mags he has, if he's given any. Not with that saw, I don't think.
It's belt fed,
Yeah.
so he's got all of them up. TFH with the confirm on Turbo. No more callouts for Tiagra. Oh, but he almost finds GT for you to view, and TFH is gonna peek that corner.
Dude, who knows? Get You to View as a G4.
Oh, I know. I can't ever tell with those kinds of usernames. I just read off the first few letters and numbers. Oh, that's a weird flank, though. He's going all the way to the north. I'm not quite sure what he thinks is happening. It's just one guy. Maybe they don't have an accurate kill count.
Oh, he almost caught Todd dropping to throw that nade.
Oh.
Good communication between Todd and Get You to View. NightFiree, their second round win, as they do push their lead up 3-0 to kick off this first map. And I mean, a pretty good attempt there from Killetos. They were in a very strong position, and honestly, it was a really nice and very timely rotation from Fury when they had their defense shift, because if they had waited just a little bit longer, there would have been some big gaps where Killetos certainly could have capped.
Man, it was shockingly close, but I think that, you know, Killetos just had to pick off a few more defenders before going for that cap. I think that's where they I think that's where their mistake started, was they got in for that early cap and they didn't just pick off enough defenders.
They just need to grab this round, and they're looking pretty good on offense. I do anticipate them to try and snag another cap if they can get to another Marsoc round, especially with this next objective. Certain strats can be pretty effective if you kind of blitzkrieg towards the objective. So
They sure can. But you know, it's
goes both
if
ways.
you get killed, yeah, if you get killed while capping and you don't have enough defenders taken out, then it can quickly go in the defender's favor.
Again, a good pause between the rounds. Both teams discussing positioning. The Killetos figuring out how they're going to get themselves on the board for map number 1, round number 3.
This is one of the easier objectives to cap on, I
Yeah.
want to say, aside from Kiot. But still a tall order against a team like Fury, as they have proven today.
So far, we can't count the Killetos out quite yet. We've only been into 2 rounds in this series,
and you certainly hope they won't make the same mistake twice, right? We don't want to see the Killetos of the 5-0 against them.
Shield getting spotted out by Olivia and some shots ringing out, but nothing finding any limbs. Kind of your only means of dealing with the shield. Otherwise, you'll need a nice nade to the back. Yagra finding one on the west side. Prone here with a 4 times? I think it is. You know, I started to see this scope get picked by more and more players. This new addition to this season, at least, it wasn't in Season 8. Certainly pretty popular for these assault rifles.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's the 4 times or the weird 1 times that I hate.
It might be the 1 times as well. I'm not
The
familiar with-
PGAS or whatever.
Yeah. Olivio here dealing with the shield, crossing through a nice flash around the corner, but didn't push off of it. We have some suppressive fire coming in from Turbo, and they're trying to deal with the shield. TFH, who's now essentially behind enemy lines.
Look, can I introduce you to your Lord and Savior?
TFH talking to Olivio. He wants to spread the word of Jesus Christ, apparently. I like that TFH is the distraction, but I kind of question why he doesn't have at least a battle buddy with him. You know, he would be much more
He's
a
too far
threat
in,
factor.
Yeah, I agree. He's way too far in front of his team, and the rest of his squad still has to push in, and they're getting picked off by this defense. Matt confirming that kill there. God,
TFH is, yeah, he's really messing with Olivio's head right now. The sound, but he can get so easily flanked right now. Ooh, almost gets Olivio.
The tag team there, they needed both of them to get the back exposed from Todd, and that's good shield play right there. To be able to block that many bullets and stay alive is certainly impressive. So
he did a good job there with the shield.
the question is, how did Mobster not find an angle on Turbo there at any point?
He literally ran across the street and then ran back across the street. I agree. I don't know.
In the meantime, Matt managed to get a nice flanking angle. Didn't even see him rotate around. Neither did Mobstar as he gets picked off. And Killetos are, I won't say it quite yet, but it's all down to TNT Bomb in a 1v5.
I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
But there's one member up.
I'll give you the facts, and that's it.
And guess what? All the Killetos are still alive. So good luck. Bomb here playing it super safe.
Running out of time, 2 minutes left, and he's getting pushed actively right now.
And you know, once he gets in a firefight, the whole team's gonna come crashing in on him. Assuming their kill count's up to date.
Yeah, well, he's got an LMG, so they don't do it tactically. He's got the ammo. But he is certainly
He might
not
walk
gonna-
into Tiagra. Yeah, he does.
Really nice rotation there from Tiagra. Does find that last kill, and Killetos find a very important round. Now this next offensive round is going to be pretty huge. How are they going to approach this map? Are they going to get risky and try and send 1 or 2 in for a cap? Are they going to look for kills, just try and keep tacking on one win after the next to come back here?
I'm sure that the Killetos will really put a hard emphasis on capping this.
That's my thought too.
Get this back in 3-3. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they go the safe route and just kill everybody, because then they're playing defense again. And we've seen that they can do a good defense aside from the first round. That was, I want to say that was a unicorn
Yeah.
that we witnessed.
No, yeah, it's a good point because their defensive rounds have looked very strong. I mean, honestly, they are looking good today. Fury just able, that cap was so huge. You know, because if they don't have those 2 points under their belt, it's a 2-1 game, and I'd say the Killetos are looking better right now, at least. But
yeah,
that's not the
absolutely.
case right now.
I mean, you can't deny, like, Fury started strong, but that was a strong defense from Killetos.
Right.
Not a single loss of life, you know. And,
Yeah.
And
yeah, no kill rounds are tough to deal with as a player. When you have that round where your entire team doesn't find a single pick, where the information that you were able to get your team by dying from gunfire is not being able to be utilized, it's a little disheartening.
oh, it's demoralizing. Absolutely.
We'll see if Fury can bounce back from a tough offensive round. If the Killetos will be able to squeak in a cap as we hop into round number 4. Map number 1. If you are just tuning in to the series, it is a pretty dang good one so far. A lot of good back and forth, interesting strategies coming in, and exciting cap to kick things off.
You know, this is fascinating. They started off on a very strong east. I think the east push is the strongest for this objective, and they're all going west right now. Well, 3 of them are anyways. You got your 2 distractions going southeast, though, and a lot of guys seemingly want to go to the west right now.
Yeah, you know, you look at the defensive setup here from Fury, and it would have certainly played in the Killetos' hands if they had just utilized that east spawn and crossed the street, because Olivio and Tiagra, I think, crossed the street unnoticed. So you could have 5 strong over here right now.
Yeah, Fury is so worried about a western push that they completely left the east open, you know? And I think east is the hardest entrance to pierce through if it's defended as a Marsoc player.
Get you to view is probably going to be the first defender that they'll have to deal with. And he has an okay spot. You can peek through these windows, has a decent line of sight down to that wall, through that little gap in the wall that there is also on that south side. But not watching that 24/7. He's also kind of keeping an eye out over into the middle of the Bazaar.
Turbo with that brave peek.
Oof. And he's looking right where he needs to. It's so risky because when you peek out like that, usually you have somebody kind of holding tight angles out of that window, and he's looking to hit that shot, but he is there, and now he's giving away his position. This is actually probably what that East squad wants.
Well, TFH now knows that he's being watched, so he's got to be very careful when he's trying to peek that window.
Getting dangerously close to get you to view here. I think both of these south guys are going to get past the east defender. They're going to have a nice line of sight into the back lines of Fury. Killetos are in a really nice position here. They have nobody defending south. Really just
it's really shocking. I mean, this is the strongest offensive push is from the south, and they're allowing themselves to get surrounded, essentially. So, you know, Evolution... Oh, Tiagra picks up Bomb, though. Bomb was watching the west flank, and now it's completely open.
Nice refrag from Evolution onto Tiagra. Nice pickup from Olivio, and Killetos into a 4v2. Wow, they need that. They need that other side to push in fast right now because they have a huge open objective.
The question is, will they cap? I mean, right now we have GT running around trying to find Olivio, but Olivio backed up pretty far. He knows he's being hunted. Was that the shield? No, it wasn't. Fino is playing the shield right now.
Got one.
Wow, Livio just missing the shots onto GT4. He stays alive. Some key pickups for the Fury defense, and Killetos now down to 2.
Well, I'm happy to see that Killetos are doing the battle buddy system, like I mentioned. It's what really makes the shield player that much stronger.
They are doing it in reverse.
They are. I was just about to say they got it backwards. And Matt trying to stick with Fino. Confused why he went upstairs. He's just hanging out with his pants down.
Newly penetrable window this season too, so I'm sure he may have forgotten that he can get shot through there.
Fino's looks like he's studying. No, he's got a grenade in his hand.
25 on the clock.
I question the suppressor on the shield player. Just because it's like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
everyone calls out the shield player. We all know where the shield is at all times, right?
Right. Kind of. That's almost the
He's
idea.
He's no Sam Fisher, so you kind of want to go all in on the loud, in my opinion.
I think Splinter Cell doesn't bring a tactical shield into battle.
I can't remember the last time I saw Sam Fisher have a tactical shield. No. But hey, maybe Fino is trying out for the next Splinter Cell.
He's going full stealth ops here, trying to keep himself quiet and crouched.
I really question why he's peeking without the shield. You have a shield, man. Use it. You have a giant shield behind you. Oh, poor Fino.
Interesting choice, but Fury do secure themselves another round win and the map to kick off this series 4-1. I mean, look at the KDs though; it's pretty even. Like the KDs do not speak a Fury win, honestly.
You know, I was hoping to see a cap, maybe Subway though. Was it Subway one? No, Suburbia was one of them. Yeah, so this will be interesting. Definitely more room for shield play. Although you'll need a night vision now, so.
Out here nonstop jinxing the Killetos squad.
I know. You know, I told you no more predictions, right? And here I am making predictions.
Me too. I certainly thought that Killetos were in a position there to strike on the objective. You know, they just didn't seem to have everybody on the same page. They didn't have that west push coming in at the same time as those east kills were popping off and those south kills were going down. If they were all converging and really causing the chaos, that would have been the cap.
Yeah, I think they were just a little, you know, the timing between all of them was off.
Just by like just by 10 seconds too. Like they were almost in position over on west side.
I mean, they had they had such strong positioning. I really thought that they could pull it off. And then I don't know what happened. They just slowly got picked off one at a time by, I think, 2 defenders. So great defense, Fury. I do have to acknowledge that that was a pretty strong defense, especially against a shield. Those shields can put like a lot of extra pressure.
Map number 2 is going to be Subway, and so talk about shields. We are going to see it here.
Especially on this northern objective, which is currently
where we're going to kick
what I
things
think.
off.
Yeah, I think that's going to kick off there. We'll see if they opt to go for that northern alleyway push or if they're going to do something else. A lot of choices on Subway. That's why I like it. You can do anything on Subway. You can be anyone you want to be. Of course, it's all very close range, and it's all dark because it's at night. So it's you know, you gotta modify your loadout, bring the night vision. You gotta sacrifice something for it. So that always is a element at play here on night maps. But then you have that close quarters. It's just a lot of close quarters everywhere.
Tons of sharp corners, tons of very nadeable defensive positions, and
C4 opportunities, and you name it.
how Fury pick off this map on the defense. Really interested to see what Killetos break out here for this first objective as we dive in to round number 1 of map 2.
I'm overhearing the Killetos team chat, and I gotta say, I hope this goes into a map 3 decider. These guys sound really optimistic. They want to play all night, I think.
I'm watching. Night is a great flash up and over from D16. A nice push around the corner. Looks for Get You to View as the nade comes his way. Keeps pressing forward.
Oh, Olivio. Whew. Almost gets taken out by that nade.
Wow, and the self-flame on... I think he put the Molotov on his chest. Gets picked up and does actually get the refrag, if you will, in post-mortem, the martyrdom.
I'm trying to figure out what just happened. I think he might have accidentally dropped it.
I thought...
Or did he throw it?
I was thinking... So he might have thrown it. It was either he threw it or he was lighting it and put it... Or he lit it and put it on his chest.
Oh, that's what it... Oh, that poor smoke grenade that covered absolutely nothing. Olivia might fix it.
Yeah, it's right there. Didn't reach out.
Ooh, that grenade might get Olivio.
He's got another shield to deal with, though. How many more nades are left in his arsenal? Nades come flying by him. He does get the confirmation kill, and he goes down to the mini rounds and the mini bullets out here. Mobster, desperate to get the kill on the corner, finds the shots on the Matador up on the top of the street. Excuse me, on the top of the stairs. Here comes another nade from DT.
Oh, man, it's just so much happening right now. Fino going for that revive on Matt. That's a smart play. Poor Mobstar was shooting a corpse. He didn't even realize.
TNT, the last defender, has to push here. Killetos really trying to get the cap. I think they're just going to try and fend off TNT is at cap. This is very smart plays from Killetos. They are not going to let this opportunity go to waste, and it's interesting that TNT isn't pressuring this right now.
Just dying.
Wow. And, you know, that's an interesting moment as a defensive player, right? Because you don't want to obviously go charging headlong into enemies, but they're obviously not killing you, right? The pistol player is clearly not shooting at you. The bullets clearly aren't landing for a reason. You have to make that very tough in the action call, you know?
Absolutely. Kind of brings me back from when Mayhem did that during the semis last season. We just bombarded that whole section with the bullets, and James Boak just capped super fast on that corner. And it's just like, at some point as a defender, you just got to push in because you know that they're capping around the corner. At least you'd think they do. But
I do see one
this
drop
case,
from Fury. I hope that's post-match.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I saw him back out just a second ago.
Okay.
After the round was up. Okay. Yeah.
But you want to talk about a good start, and you come in with your map choice right away with the cap. That's a perfect way to shut down any Fury momentum. Now what they have to do is really play a tight D. If they let Fury come in here and get a Marsoc round back, it's going to nullify a little bit of this really early 2-0 lead.
You know, that was such a strong clapback
really nice
to the last map. I mean, if you're Fury, you're sweating right now.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about how good Killetos were looking even in the rounds they lost. You know, the score, but it's ultimately that cap in the scoreline and swinging the things into Fury's momentum that I think secured them that first map in a big way. Now the Killetos have done the exact same thing Fury did to them on their map pick. We'll see what they can do as they go into round number 2, map 2.
It looks like we got mirrored spawn. Is it always the same spawn on this map as Marsoc? I don't know. Feels like
Depending
it
on
might be.
objective, I think it can differ if you have the objective on the opposite side, like upstairs. You have some different.
Yeah, I'm
spawns,
not actually sure when it comes to north objective how many locations there are, but they're already flashing that corridor just to bait them. You know, they're not gonna push it. They're just making them wary.
Question is Todd gonna see the C4 that was thrown up here on this corner? Because this is a really dangerous C4 position.
He just called it out. He's looking right at it.
That's wild to me that as a player, these guys are so on point and so observant of everything around them that they're able to look up like that as you're covering an angle, arguably that you want to be checking the stairs. You don't want to look up there.
Early C4 coming out.
I think they detonated the wrong
stairway.
C4.
Yeah, I think so.
They got their clackers mixed up. Wow. That's the worst possible scenario, isn't it?
It sure is. I mean, the last thing you want. I mean, especially now they're gonna disable the other C4. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, they just took it out with a frag. You know? Screw it.
Monster nearly killed Crimson first, though.
They could have shot it, but
oh, that is an M203 smoke.
Oh, Crimson. That is not allowed, young man.
Is it? I'm sure. I know there are some maps I think that are.
I'll have to go back and look. Actually, I'm not sure.
Make sure you confirm everything. Evo on the backside, meanwhile, has found 2, and the Killetos defense has been picked apart. Suddenly, there's only 1 left alive. Mad Outdoors trying to defend here, and you know this could be an interesting cap. Evolution could cap here. VRML are going to answer back with a cap of their own. Wow. And that was a fantastic push from them.
Oh, dude, that was a crazy clapback. Yeah, so M203 is only to be used on Downfall, Quarantine, and Snow Peak and Turbine. So I question, you know, that must have been a brain fart kind of a moment where you just go in with a pre-made out loadout and, you know, heat of the moment.
Well, so that may be nade rules. Is the smoke allowed specifically on other maps versus the nade?
Oh, true. Smoke grenades.
You gotta be aware. There's a lot of rule. There's a lot of little nuanced rules in here that because they have to really be in there, right? In order to help keep the competitive integrity in the league. Some things get added by the devs that, you know, from a league perspective, from a competitive perspective, don't seem right, or they can be abused in certain ways. Explosives can go through walls and be effective when they're not supposed to be. Different things can, you know, you can put drones up on top of certain spots and they don't get seen by enemies. There's all sorts of interesting nuances. So I'm not 100% on that, but you know, we don't. Regardless, here at the casting desk, we are not enforcers of rules. We are merely the observers. It's up to the teams and the players to make sure that these rules are followed, not us. Although I know that some would argue that we should maybe be some sort of in a referee position, but that's a discussion for a different time, as we are going to hop into this round number 3. It's not 5. It's not 4. We've had 2 back-to-back caps.
It's just insane. You know, I mean, they are not letting up. Fury are not letting them take this that easily. They're putting up a fight.
You know, there could also have been something where they asked if they can use, you know, like there's all sorts of little stipulations on how these things can get used. So,
judging by Todd's reaction, I don't know.
Okay.
You know, but you're right. There could be a gentleman's agreement that we are unaware of.
Bit of a trade there between Tiaga and Crimson, both down and killed, and I think that'll be it for that discussion on smokes, as we are into this round and already people going down.
I'm impressed with how much shield play I'm seeing this game. I mean, it feels like every single round has had a shield player or even 2. I guess I'm biased. I just hate the shield, so no one on our team runs it.
Well, maybe that's something you gotta change, because clearly it's an effective utility to be utilized.
You ever see a Wookie try and hide behind a shield? It doesn't work out.
I've seen Wookiees with 2 E's, but not 1.
True, Oh, that grenade finds nobody.
Yeah, just a bit too far. If it had caught the steps, it actually would have been fantastic and probably down Phenorama and Turbo. Turbo here, maybe looking for the quick peek onto Evo, and these Fury guys rotating pretty hard off the shield as soon as they see it. But this is why you have the Battle Buddy, because you can instantly peek a rifle on those rotations. Turbo's here and a threat, and nice shots from Get You to View, an instant free frag from Pheno.
Oh, that revive was so strong.
Backside push from Matt, doesn't find Mobstar. Somehow those shots going wide, and Mobstar may leave objective open, or if Killetos gonna get another cap, can they take this map?
Oh, Mobstar is completely distracted. Pheno's going for the cap.
Oh. And that's a moment that's great for the Killetos. They secure a fantastic Marsoc win, but that could have been map right there. And you know, you'll see some teams have codes for scenarios like that, where you spam click your mic on your shoulder, you know, to notify, hey, a cap's coming in, and then that's an indicator that you don't kill whoever you're aiming at, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I've done this myself, where you know, it's the heat of the moment. And you want the team to cap, but you panic because you see somebody moving, and you feel like if you don't kill them, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
And it's just like a reactionary thing where you just kind of shoot the guy.
It's hard to train your brain with, you know, sometimes hundreds of hours in this game to not shoot the enemy.
Exactly. Yeah. Someone may have called it out on the radio, and you still instinctively just kind of shoot them. You're like, not today. I don't want to die. No way. But that, man.
Yeah.
They just need a strong defensive win, and that will seal the deal.
Matt, look at him. The MVP of this map right now. 6-0 with a cap.
Jeez. That is a very nice score.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a pretty snazzy scoreline to be touting around in a active league match. Very nicely done for him. We'll see if he can continue with the kills as Fury go into a must-win round, or they lose map number 2 and we go into a best-of-3 decider, which is, I think, what we're kind of both hoping for here at the caster desk.
You know it. I love my map 3 deciders. It all comes down to this.
It does. I do wonder if Fury have a cap in mind here as well, because if they can snag that, they get themselves the series.
Pheno with the oddly placed C4. I don't know if I would play C4 here, especially in his current positioning.
Tiagra peeking down this lane. Crimson wasn't covering his angles. Does find one. A nade comes in just a bit too far. Does down Evo, though.
Dang, Evo.
What the fuck was that bullshit?
Yeah, I think that nade probably, like I said, some things are wonky. I think the nade explosion went through the wall and caught the side of Pheno on that shield there.
That was strange.
Other interesting positions to note. Matt outdoors, covering a bit of a dual purpose spot here as Pheno gets Get You to View, getting over aggressive. Oh!
Oh.
Had an opportunity for a double.
Oh, now Mobstar is gonna die to the fire.
Yes.
Oh man.
That's what we were talking about. That is the active Molotov on the vest. The martyrdom kill.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. As soon as you go down, that breaks open, and he walked right into the flames.
Wow. Wow, huge for Killetos here. They are now into a 3v2 on the what could be map decider for them.
What absolute luck.
He just didn't see it. He ran in before those flames got lit.
Yeah.
Before the body hit the ground, he ran around the corner.
Yeah, yeah. They do take a second to flame out.
We're going to have a trade here between Crimson and Matt pretty soon. Crimson dialed into this corner.
Do you think he knows Matt's there?
I'm just wondering, maybe Matt gave some sort of vocal call out and Crimson heard it.
I think Crimson just saw his elbow a second ago. It was a little cat and mouse.
There.
There it is.
Big pickup does certainly bolster the Fury push as they now have an opportunity to pinch on this defense. But I like the Killetos setup. Turbo's got that back angle covered. Olivio can't cover the front. He does miss Evo crossing into the smoke. That's a weird defense. Why would you smoke that angle out from yourself, I wonder?
I guess he's waiting for it to dither out. I'm not sure. Maybe hoping to catch the guy on the cross or something. Oh, yep, catches Turbo.
Wow. I was more curious
Olivio
about
all
what
alone here.
Turbo through that smoke, and yeah, just a little over aggressive, feeling the need to end the round. And I wonder if Olivio is going to be ready for Crimson. He does find Crimson, and we're into a 1v1, and he knows where Evo's at. 2:30 on the clock, and they are both. He's so close to objective with a lot of time left.
Oh man, this is going to come down to the wire.
Olivio's in a good position. He just has to hold this. Doesn't get over aggressive, doesn't push Evo on the corner, and just holds this angle. He'll find Evo as soon as he tries to push out towards OBJ.
I mean, at this point, I really question the lack of shield play here. I mean, if you have an AR, I would hold the shield in one hand just to peek, you know, just to see where people are.
Yeah.
Without any risk. But Evo deciding, nah, I don't need that shield. I'll just meet them head on. Screw it. I gotta say, I don't think this is gonna end well for Fury. Olivio will probably see Evo's gun poking around the corner, assuming he's watching the corner. He can't cap from that. Evo not know he can't cap from right there. I feel like Olivio's gonna pick him off.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Olivio's angle is strong. He just has to hold it, and he does find Evo, peek around the corner, and Killetos, with a fantastic map number 2, secure themselves a map victory, and now we're going into a best-of-3 series decider.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What an answer back to Bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. They came in swinging, too. That first round, such an excellent job capping on that objective, and, you know, I do believe that smoke is banned, but I'm curious how this will, where that leads with this map, because they ultimately do win it, and they played through. So either way, a very nice round from Killetos, and yeah, if you're Fury, you're probably sweating your third map, your map pick right now.
Yeah, I mean, they banned the only map that the only other map that they're really good at, which is Suburbia. I mean, I'm sure they're great at other maps too, but statistically speaking, that's one of their strongest maps. So, the next map is Quarantine Day, which is Fury's third most played map, but they only have a 35% win rate with it. So, like, I don't know. This is shocking to me.
Well,
They must be very confident.
we've seen roster adjustments, you know, although Fury haven't really experienced that many. Maybe that is playing an effect on their map picking. You know, maybe they've been practicing other maps that they haven't been comfortable on in the past. You know, who knows? That's kind of the excitement of Season 9 right now, is that there's so many questions up in the air, you know. The Killetos are looking like a team that's going to be a competitor for, certainly in the gold division this season, if not higher with how well they're playing today. Fury also looking very good, so I'm excited to watch both these teams progress through the rest of this season, and I'm really looking forward to this quarantine map, because I think it kind of plays into, I just don't know. I don't know. You know, I feel like both squads are kind of good at the mid-range battling. We've seen it so far on both Bizarre and suburbia
mean-
or subway, but
This map is so different from anything else they've played tonight that it's really hard. And I don't want to predict anything here because I don't want to jinx anything. But this is one of my favorite maps. It's got everything from long range to mid range to some short range areas near the burning building. Like there can be some heated exchanges between the center of the map and some defensive positions there. But yeah, I mean, when I'm looking at these stats here, and I guess I kind of see why they may have picked it, since Killetos have a 0% win rate. They've only played it 3 times though.
yeah, that might be misinformation, but that could come back to bite them, because Killetos, with a few roster adjustments, they're looking so good this season. You gotta assume that they're not going to really perform how they have in the past.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, with the roster switch up, they could be extremely effective at this map. We'll find out. I am, of course, talking about Killetos. But yeah, Fury is
Actually
really
wondering now.
they're banking on that 0%.
I don't even know if Killetos are using any of them. Oh yeah, Turbo. Yeah, it is from.
Turbo and Olivio, I believe.
He was on Killetos last season.
Oh, who was the other? There was.
I know.
Oh, well, I only see 4 members right now, so he might have dropped.
Yeah. They only
Or. Yeah, or they're swapping somebody. I don't know.
Oh, it's Nick G. We haven't
Ah,
seen
that's
him
right.
today, I don't believe.
You're right. I don't think we have.
So, in reality, it's just Killetos getting better over the course of the season. Coming in season 9, looking good right now.
Man, if they pull off this hat trick, I will be proud of them.
Yeah, that'll be a really good. Oh, I mean, you can't really ask. Minus that loss, I suppose, you can't ask for a much better start to your season, especially if you can take a series against a gold team. I mean, that just sets you up so well for the start of season.
Yeah, it always feels good to punch higher than your weight class, and starting off strong with 3 victories will do them in.
I
But,
I argue they're now punching into their weight class. it's just
True.
They're starting to get up in there.
Yeah, they've definitely earned this matchup. Although we'll see if Fury answers back.
Right.
I mean,
Fury, they had a really good Bazaar series. Regardless of how well the Killetos looked, they took that series 4-2 and they capped again in a 4v2. So
yeah, impressive.
Yeah, it's scoreline's almost dead even though I guess that is arguable considering some lows, but it's it's gonna come down to this quarantine map, and I'm excited. We are still waiting on a 5th from Killetos, so I do think we will take a brief intermission till we have everyone in lobby and ready to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can't go anywhere because the series hasn't been decided yet. We're going to map 3, but don't miss it. timeout is up. We are back into the action. If you are just tuning in, it is map number 3, the series decider. Fury versus the Killetos, and the Killetos are on the defensive in Fury's map choice. A quick spawn in southeast for Fury. I'm curious if this is going to get spotted by Killetos.
Yeah, Fury opting to go for that southern rush, trying to get up on that south wing and see if there's anybody on the roof, which it looks like there is somebody from Killetos on the roof. Tiagra.
This is pretty quick moves. I don't think they were spotted on this spawn here.
I don't think anyone called out south. Nick might be a little exposed.
Oh, now they should have an idea. It's south, though. Evo with shots off does miss. He does also start taking some rounds from the gap in the wall.
Yeah, Turbo's over here holding it down in the south. I don't know how I missed him. But he might get picked off here from south wing if he's not careful.
Yeah, certainly. Evo's certainly aware of this position now.
It's good that he's kind of staying tucked. Nick G finds Crimson.
A2View trying to get picks off up onto the roof. Can't find those. And a little back and forth. Turbo finds Mobstar getting aggressive. Can't get Evo, and Evo just misses the headshot there on a Turbo. Shield
Just like
in.
that, man. They're already down 2 people.
Yeah.
He's moving towards motel.
It's really interesting to see a shield here on quarantine. You know, it's such a huge open map. The benefits of that shield don't necessarily come into big play here, because you can get hit from the sides and back so easily. And Tiagra now aware that there's 2 over here on the east. Gonna watch for the shield rotation on his back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no camera on me right now, but I had to do a double take that you said shield, because I'm just blown away that Todd has a shield right now. I mean, at least I can't complain. He's peeking corners with it, which was my #1 complaint with the other guys playing shield. They were not using it to peek corners, but this is an open map, like you said. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Turbo pumping some impressive rounds over here on the Evo's position on the south. Not quite finding those shots, although he does kind of got a little bit there. Might have spotted him. H up north. Approaching, I think, courtyard up in the middle. So a decent spread across the map. Definitely a good way to try and pick apart a Killetos defense, find one pick at a time. But Tiagra has eyes on Todd here. Hard to miss when you have a big flashlight beaming around every corner.
Oh, Livio's probably going to hear GT run up on him. All right. Oh, Livio misses that cross shot. Cleans it up anyways.
Yeah, I think they were trying to slip through the Killetos defense there. And now Tiagra trying to put shots out onto the shield. You're going to have a tough time dealing with Todd here. Just needs a little reinforcement, right? Just one person to come around to the west.
You know, it's good that Todd is such a tiny individual, because he's really hard to hit behind that shield. Oh, the grenade comes out. Oh!
That was a good move.
Tia, that was such a great move. He distracted him with that grenade, forced him to look at it, and then shot him in the butt or the head or something. Either way, he took that shield out.
That's a really high-level play there from Tiagra. Nicely done to get the shield kill. And Killetos with 5 still alive. It all comes down to evolution for his Fury squad. Evolve into a 5-end person.
Well, it just goes to show that we were skeptical about the shield for a reason, folks.
Yeah.
It's easy to get flanked on this map. Or grenaded.
You're out in the open.
Very
hard
open.
to get a nade behind you.
No, I think Todd was a little overconfident on that roof play.
Evolution getting Tiagro overconfident on the roof play himself.
At least they got a kill on the board.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way of totally denying the total domination, but he cannot cross the street without getting spotted by 2 players there. Both the new recruits onto the squad, finding that final kill as Killetos secure themselves round number 1.
Olivio celebrated too early and accidentally nick up at the end. It happens.
Clearly doesn't care about the KD.
Well, I don't know what Nick thinks about the KD, but yeah, Olivio certainly doesn't. Like, oh, were you within that C4 range? Oh, that's a shame. Very interesting offense, though, by Fury. I have never seen a shield user on quarantine before, especially in a league match. I mean, I know that the Killetos are silver ranking, but man, it is a yeah. You underestimate your enemy, you know, and things like picking a shield on quarantine will happen. But hey, you know, maybe it could have worked out if Todd wasn't so aggressive with the shield. Maybe if he played a bit more conservatively, he could have pulled it off. And so who am I to judge about shield users? But I must say, odd decision for a loadout on quarantine. Looks like Killetos have the northeast spawn over in Crater.
I'm going south.
Curious. That could be pretty big for them, because if they can manage to play it fast, get themselves up into a commanding north position, to have the north control on this objective, it makes it really hard to defend properly.
Another shield. Olivio's going for that cross. Nobody took him out on that cross. Wow, Killetos are lucky. I've never seen a team not just lay waste to that massive cross over there.
I think Crimson saw it, but he saw multiple, so he quickly ducked into cover, and now he's going to look for a little tighter angle there, and he does catch out Nick G unaware. A great, they refrag, but it's a team kill from Get You to View, and him actually rotating to get the res gets him killed. The worst case scenario for Fury.
Oh, Matt finds Crimson.
Yeah, he was confirming the team kill.
Ah, okay.
We got the 18-wheeler right now.
Confirms the team kill. So tragic.
Yeah. Wonder how the
Just like that, you know.
scoreline doesn't count that as a team kill then, though, right?
Not when they're down, to know.
Oh, he saved. Negative KD.
He saved. That's right. But we all know it was him.
Yeah. I have it on camera. Can't deny it.
Olivia going for the same exact push that Todd did up between the big rig and the tank. I wonder how it's going to work out.
Got a shield nade prepped in hand.
Yeah.
You know,
Is this the new meta?
it's interesting because it offers some interesting opportunities with capping and pushing the objective. If you can get down there with the shield, people that normally have these positions where they're comfortable camping them and waiting for you to expose yourself at objective angle, they can't camp with the shield, denying those shots from landing. It'll force rotations.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's bad news. Side exposed here from Olivio on the 3-story, and he's worried about shots coming in from behind him.
All right, there's one wire hanger.
Evo finds Matt outdoors. Now Olivio's getting picked off. Man, I don't know. I think that this shield play on quarantine is more of a liability than a actual strategy. It's a very long open map, and you're kind of sacrificing an assault rifle for a shield.
Little ring around the rosy. Olivio here trying to get around behind Evolution, but Evo peeks out and he almost gets team killed by Todd, and that's information for Olivio.
I probably would have laughed if it happened twice in one round.
Yeah. That's Fury literally shooting themselves in the foot.
Literally, yeah. I kind of want to see this South guy do something. Who is that over here? Tiagra. Like, I know he's putting in work, but him and Olivio are so far apart. You know, like,
it might
shield.
Look at their defense. They still have one holding defense. If Mobster wasn't there, I would say that it's actually a pretty good move because he can kind of push in and potentially cap the objective. But look at this. Olivio is going to be in trouble here. 2 applying pressure, and he can't deal with nades and 2 players. And good teamwork from Fury. Grabs themselves a shield. Now Killetos are down to 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a shield, you want your battle buddy to be somebody with a light machine gun like Tiagra. I mean, it's an effective threat multiplier, and it's just a shame that they were separated and across the map like that. Pretty much makes Tiagra, you know, they could have capped maybe. Who knows?
Mobster trying to get close, Tiagra, excuse me, trying to get close, can't quite do it. Mobster finds himself with a kill, and we are all tied up on the series decider, map number 3. Now we're into the good stuff right here, because this is exactly what we're looking for, the good back and forth. It's that third map. We got what we wanted, right? Wookie, we got what we need out of it, and now it's just fun. It's just time to watch that third map and just see how these squads are going to try and inch out a win.
I hope they just keep doing this back and forth. I'm greedy. I like this entertainment, you know. Give me all the entertainment possible. I like the back and forth, especially on the map that decides everything.
Yeah, now we're getting into some cap territory, though. I'm sure Fury have cap on the mind. This objective is vulnerable to some interesting maneuvers. That wall providing a huge heap of cover to potential cappers, so I expect both squads, honestly, to try and come in here with a cap on this objective, especially with how the series has been going.
Just want to point out that Evolution scores 4-1, and everyone else is either 0-1 on Fury's team. So Evolution really, you know, be careful, man. Don't slip a disc.
He went crazy on that last one. He scooped up the team in his backpack and got Fury that map win for sure. That flank was huge.
Those flanks can really pay off. They're a bit of a gamble, but man, they pay off really well, especially if the other team is running a shield, so all their attention is facing forward to support the shield user.
Round number 3. Map 2.
Oh, Fury with the quick spawn up in the north.
Yeah, this is pretty huge. They can get some early picks. Nick G is going to be the one to spot them right away. Once he gets information, it's going to be up to how the Killetos react off of this.
I don't think TFH is looking at him. Oh, but he's not looking either. Wow, how is no one seeing each other?
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
And this is pretty big for Fury because they are right on objective, and I don't think anybody has any idea that this north spawn was even an option.
I think Nick is going to get shot in the back. I think TFH might find him any minute now. Nick kind of giving up on that spot.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe he went between this entire offense. Yeah, who's going to run into Todd now?
Yep. Oh, there it is.
Now you lose one north. As defense, how do you react? You have to shift your gas station defender back over to objective because he won't be of too much use. Unless he's going to hold the west, but here comes smokes. I think that's another M203 smoke.
Yeah, switch is totally allowed on this map.
Permitted, as discussed earlier. And
wow, look at that push. 2 of them. Matt Outdoors finds both of them coming over the cockpit.
And the C4 finding mob. Fury's push shut down.
I'm impressed by the range on that C4 taking him out.
How did Matt get in there and not get spotted by the push? Especially with how early they were in position. Wow, huge moves from Matt, though. They didn't think he was in there at all. And now Fury getting picked off. The rotation from Tiagra is going to get you to view, so he does dip out of gas station and find the final kill for Killetos on round number 3. They push their lead up 2-1. If this keeps going, Killetos take the series. Love it. Season 9 is, I really do think, going to be the best season of Onward that we've ever had. Players, teams across the board are so skilled. The entire pool of players in the VRML, it's just at an all-time high in terms of skill level. It's, you know, and I do think it's attributed to a lot of the veteran players that encourage new teams to play. They help with they help with that rookie league, and you know, it's certainly been a nice means for some players that maybe get intimidated by how good the teams are on this league. And you know, it just goes to show that if you are a new team, it just takes a little bit of time. It just takes practice. Killetos, after a few seasons, are looking so good. I mean, they started in season 7, and now season 9, they're looking very good.
I mean, just watching this game, I'd be hard pressed to think that you would not be watching a gold tier team.
Right.
It's kind of deceptive that they're just like silver rating. You know, they're playing so good, so effectively as a team that like Fury's having a hard time. They are giving Fury a run for their money.
It's a battle. Fury is certainly putting in their top tier effort to try and get rounds from Killetos, and it's a real good back and forth. I can't wait to see how the Killetos attack and what sort of defensive style we see out of Fury for round number 4.
I think Killetos have the most difficult spawn for this objective. Going up the center on this one's no easy task.
I mean, it's interesting to see Evo get so aggressive here.
Yeah, he is going for it.
Might actually find a pick. I don't know if he spotted that cross. Yes, he did. Radios it in. That's information. Information is key in this game, especially at the level of play that we've been seeing here in this matchup. Any little advantage is huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think that this objective is so hard when you spawn here on the east side, because you can call out north crosses, south crosses extremely easily.
TFH spotting the north rotation off of the callouts from Evolution, and it's that shield identification, throwing in some S-curves to get rooftop control. Not ready for the battle, buddy. Matt Outdoors.
Turbo is about to get picked off by Evolution, I think, unless he sees him first. Oh, Turbo takes out Evolution.
And you know, that's something that you don't think about often in this game as a player, is your gun and how it peeks out before you. You know, it's something you'll see some vet players do, is they cock their gun up as they're rounding corners and they snap it down when they come around the corner, just like you would in real life. So you get that surprise advantage. I think Turbo spotted the gun first and was ready.
Yeah, the gun barrel is an absolute factor when it comes to having the advantage on those corner peaks.
fire onto objective. Olivio has rooftop control, and he spots one here. Crimson Catalyst.
One out downstairs, running out.
That was a hell of a grenade throw by Evolution. Or Turbo, sorry.
Outdoors, finding Crimson, get you to view, picking
Yeah, one
off
down,
Turbo,
right
trying to push in through the center. A nice long angle from get you to view. Maybe this is why this gas station position was held last round as well, because it is so versatile. He finds another, and that's two big pickups from get you to view here, saving essentially his team from a cap and a map loss.
Wow. Tia, pretty, I don't know, cornered, suppressed. He can run away, but he just doesn't want to.
Yeah, he's lost sight of where get you to view is too now, and so all of this suppression,
Now he's just
not really in the right direction.
Now he's just making noise, shooting over. GT finds him mad outdoors.
Get you to view is absolutely tossing the team on his back. A nade onto objective is going to force the rotation, though. Get you to view has to get over here. Olivio's on OBJ. He could be punching in the code, and get you to view has to charge in. He gets killed to cap the map.
Oh, he didn't call it.
Again, the second time in this series, Killetos could have had it easier.
Man,
They take the round, which is good. Good, you know, the Killetos do win the round. They push their lead up 3-1, but that's the series right there.
They almost had the series. Yeah, I mean, it's really painful as a player myself to watch that go down. I would have been like, I'm capping, you know, and throw the shield down and just cap and go for it. But it happens, you know. It's like we talked about earlier. The instinct kicks in, and it's like, wait, brain, you want me to not kill that guy?
Yeah. And you know, they didn't need comms there. He saw his teammate over the, you know what I mean?
That's a very good point. You're right. There was no reason for comms.
I don't know.
No, you're right. I mean, the situational awareness
it's tough.
Unfortunately,
it certainly can get tunnely. You know what I mean? We all know you can get very tunnel vision in this game, and it's tough to break out of that when you're in the heat of the action. ADs, though, pretty evenly shared amongst the Killetos. Nick G, 1 and 4, is the lowest there. Everybody else is actually positive on their KDs. Turbo, the new addition to their squad, doing some work, 5 and 2.
Let's see if Fury can come back. I hope they do. I want to see more back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
loving
see this.
I'm loving this series right now. It's been very fun to watch. Lots of interesting plays and hard pushes, aggressive moves, nice rotations. It's been a really good quality series to spectate. I'm with you. I wouldn't mind if Fury chimed around, but I'm sure there's some people in chat that aren't happy to hear us say that. But hey, I love watching good Onward, and this has been great Onward.
Exactly. This has been phenomenal. Great game to cast. I'm so glad we got to watch it and cast it for everyone.
You know, it's because of you, Snoop. I saw you, Wookie, on there, and I thought, man.
Right. He had a good feeling about this one.
Ooh, Olivio, quick peeking those corners, drawing out some shots. Evolution finding Mad outdoors, and Fury kicking things off just how they need to.
Early C4. I don't know if that was necessary.
Yeah.
A little ambitious there, Nick, but I always like to see some C4 utilized, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I just think Nick is a little bit. He thinks they're closer than they are. Now the C4 would have been useful. Now the nade would have been useful. Tiagra on the roof though gets one.
How did they let Tia get up there?
I don't know. They all went. They went 4 center and 1 south. They didn't invest any on that north defense.
Oh, they are going to pay for that mistake.
Oh,
Crimson's trying to get the flank on Tia, though. Maybe not. Wow, nice shot by Tia. That perfect headshot.
And now things swing pretty heavily into Fury's favor with rooftop control gone. Things get bad for the Killetos defense. Crimson has some great angles down into the tank courtyard, and he can really lay down some suppressive fire.
Man, this is that objective that really makes your butt pucker as a defensive player.
Poor Fury alive. Olivio finds one through the smoke. Evolution picks him up, and now he's safe on the corner. Nick G, though, with the refrag. A huge kill from him. Keeps things even 2-2, and Fury need this round. They cannot afford to give this up.
Turbo just putting bullets into the smoke to be sure it's clear. Unfortunately, giving away his position for Crimson to focus on. And you could totally see him from South Wing. So, yeah, he may have made a big mistake.
I saw him, but I can't see shit. They're not good enough to shoot.
Crimson's wasting no time. He's trying to smoke out Turbo. Unfortunately, they didn't quite land where he wants them to. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
With a FAMAS?
I don't know if I agree with that aggression there. You don't need it. You know, you got 3:30 left on the clock. You have a lot of time you have to burn through here on the defense. And, you know, just a little over-aggression trying to find that kill on a Crimson. Now it's Fury's round to win, and they got the pinch coming in here onto objective.
No. Is Nick going to see him through the gap? I think he's just going to miss Crimson on that wall.
Crimson does have a flash available.
Ooh. Some friendly fire almost took out Crimson. Nick's got to see him.
Yeah, he does. Very fortunate that he actually picks him off, too, because Crimson had Pat out looking for the cap along the wall. Could have swung things back 3-3, and now Nick G is looking to grab his team the map.
Oh, man, I'm so nervous. This is literally a series decider if Nick can pull it off. He's playing it smart and was playing conservatively, but now he's getting antsy.
Gonna be ready for the mobster rotation. He spots on the trade! Fury!
Oh, man. Wow, what a trade.
Doesn't get much closer than that. Fury just hanging on to this map by the skin of their teeth.
Wow.
Now Killetos go on the offense. A arguably tough objective to defend, so certainly a moment for the Killetos to be secure themselves the overall series win, but nothing comes easy in this matchup. It's been a really great back and forth. I anticipate that to continue, but I don't know. Killetos have been having some really good offensive rounds.
I'm trying to analyze what went wrong. I mean, Fury did everything right. They smoked the objective. They even had that M203 smoke land the perfect smoke cover. I mean, I think that they were just too slow to utilize the smoke properly. Although I take it back. They did run in and Nick took out 2 right away, right?
Yeah.
So I think that they just didn't check the turbine or like the tank quite enough before moving in. They got a little crazy and they got that tunnel vision on that cap. I think it was Globo that's, you know, they're pretty renowned for just saying like, go for kills. Cap is a bonus, you know, like you should always check.
Yeah.
Never want to run with your tablet out onto an objective. You want to clear it first and then cap it. Fortunately, Fury didn't do that, and but they still won the. I mean, but they almost capped. So, gotta count your blessings, I guess.
Well, we are certainly blessed for a good game here. Round number 5. Was there a cap? We'll say it's 6. Round 6 has begun. Killetos on the offensive, looking to secure themselves a series win, and Fury trying to battle it back.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any caps come out yet.
Got one.
Nope, no caps yet. So yeah, round 6. Man, they are pushing Evolution really hard right now on the roof.
Yeah, they are. 3-man press with the shield up here. Evo's trying to get a nice nade toss. It bounces off the front of the shield. Evo should be safe. Gagra, however, doesn't have the ballistic shield. Evolution is now dealing with Olivio, and we're into a bit of a ring around the rosy, a bit of a merry-go-round. Evolution doing some squats, and Olivio finds the kill.
Evolution was laughing.
Wow, some really good response fire there. Just missing Olivio as he had his back exposed for a second.
It's such a hard call, you know. When the shield is that close, I tend to just go for the knife kill. Just zerg them and knife them around the shield. It's more effective than anything else I've tried.
Raid that actually might work out for the Killetos if Olivio can get over there and get that res in time. Maybe able to catch a Fury rotating for that res as well. It's a pretty exposed position for a defender to go down in.
Oh man, that would be huge if they get the revive on Matt.
Yeah, Matt can pop up, confirm his kill, turn things into a 2v3. Killetos can bounce back a little bit from those early pickoffs. But the rotation is also coming in from GT4 U to view. Apparently, Matt is going to get picked up. He's going to get the shots off. He doesn't have his gun in hand and get you to view.
Oh, no.
Now Olivio has to deal with two here. Finds the rifle, looks for the shots, can't secure them. Fury. Tie things
We got
up.
what we wanted.
Yeah, we did. We're bad people.
We are so bad.
Or good. Or good, depending if you're rooting for who you're rooting for, really. So,
yeah.
So you know, we're about as neutral as it gets because it's even, so it's fine. But
exactly.
wow, it's this has been a really good back and forth series, and now it's time for the round of rounds. And on an objective, that is, I honestly like to think of this as kind of like a 50-50 in terms of how easy it is to defend or cap.
Yeah, this is tough. It's, in my opinion, one of the more easy to defend, but you can easily, you know, lose track of who's watching what, and someone could slip in
for a second there. But yeah, I do agree. This is slightly easier to defend, but it's still, you still have options to push objective, and you're forced to take certain defensive positions that kind of aren't as effective at covering good angles.
This is one of those objectives where it's kind of like if you have a sneaky Marsoc player, he can get in there and cap. He can come in from like the southwest or something, and just unexpectedly you've lost. Before you know it, he's capped.
The ultimate decider, the 7th round of map number 3. All comes down to this. This is exciting stuff, people. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are just dropping by, you're missing or have missed a very, very good series between Fury and Killetos. But you're here for the finale, and we appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by.
Ooh, and Fury got that really advantageous north spawn. I didn't want to say anything in case I jinxed it, but I'm really surprised that they got that lucky.
Yeah, look at how fast Killetos are pushing up here, though. You know, this could be good or bad, depending on if Tiago is ready for this. He does find one. Can he find Mobster behind the dumps truck? That'll be another huge double kill. If he can get it, shots ring out, but they don't land, and Mobster with a key refrag keeps things even.
You know what? It's because Tia uses a FAMAS. I'm just kidding. All right, Mobster. Well, yeah, no, Tia. Tia had the FAMAS.
Mobster.
I blame the FAMAS.
The FAMAS and
I hate that
and
weapon.
That scope he uses.
It's so weird. It's just like he's handicapping himself.
Crimson finding Turbo, and now has control of the burning building room. That's super dangerous to this defense.
That is huge. If Marsoc controls burning building, it might be game over for Killetos.
It's just one there, though, so they have time to battle back Crimson.
No one is really on the
Yeah.
OBJ, though. They're finally crashing. They realize it. Matt's coming in. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off right now. Oh, God, Matt, no.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that laser is just over his head.
Has to stay low, has to stay tucked in. He's getting so many lasers drawn on him. Crimson here has eyes. Matt does take shots, just misses the head.
Oh, they're smoking him out, so trying to disable his ability to kill anyone. Matt with the grenade answer back. But it didn't quite reach the intended target. Crimson moving into the burning building now.
That's a huge position. That's such a good spot to defend from. He can take out anybody that's rotating. I wonder if he's going to be ready for Olivio, though. And if Olivio's going to spot Crimson here, Crimson could actually punch in Code against the wall. He finds Matt outdoors, and now objectives exposed. Crimson's inside objective room. Pad comes out. This is how Fury want to secure the map. They lose off of a cap, and I don't think it could have ended in a better way because that's how this series has been going. Incredibly cap heavy, and caps that have played huge effects on the game. Fury grabbed the series and map 3, 5-3.
Wow. I mean, what a game. That's the thing, you know, if you spread out too far, Marsoc can slip in there and cap, like I was saying, and it's, yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't see that, but man, it happened.
I mean, what do you want? What do you want? All right, you can't wish for everything. You can't have a good series and, you know, not get the.
Well,
someone loses. All right, Wookie.
Someone loses. You're absolutely right, and you know, good job, Fury, for bringing it back.
Yeah, no kidding. They had their back against the wall for a couple of moments there, and to be able to, you know, respond in kind like that, very well done from them. It looks like the player that both teams are still playing too.
They're doing a quick cargo.
They didn't get enough. I mean, heck, if you just had that good of Onward, you know, as a player, that's good Onward to be playing. You know, that's fun stuff. It's competitive. It's good back and forth. I don't blame them for maybe wanting a little bit more.
So they're having that knife fight thing.
No, well, I have dropped out because that is it for us up here on the desk and for the series. Fury have taken it 5-3. I mean, Wookie, what a stellar set of matches. Killetos are looking really good this season.
They really are. I mean, we
Fury.
both. Fury's looking good. I mean, we both thought that maybe Killetos could swing it, but you know, Fury, you know, is the dominant force here to be reckoned with. I mean, gold versus silver.
Yeah.
But it looked like two gold tier teams facing off today. The coordination from Killetos is on point. I've never seen it be better than this.
Yeah.
Great shield play out of both teams.
I think this season they're definitely moving out of that silver ranking. So, a team to keep an eye on for sure.
They'll be gold in no time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Fury also definitely got to keep an eye on them. They battling back. They have good smoke usage of that M203. They've clearly been practicing it, and it's been paying. It paid off a couple of times in that series. But
yeah, it was great.
I think with that, we will be signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We do appreciate you catching the excellent series. If you are just dropping by, make sure to hit the follow button or throw you around your Twitch Prime. The support helps come back to us casters. Also, a shout out to our sponsors, ProTube Cover and ProTube VR and VR Cover, sponsoring the league. Always appreciate them being able to offer prizes to our champion of each season. We're going to be signing off here on the caster desk. There's going to be a bunch more Onward action this weekend. Make sure to tune in and catch it. Head over to Twitter. Follow the Onward VR Master League on Twitter. You always see when things are going live. My name's NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-caster Wookie with just 1. We'll see you later this weekend.
That's right. Good night, guys.